want to tell you about this case now. This involves this 5-year-old girl who was allegedly murdered by her half-brother, who says he was merely practicing wrestling moves on her little body. Volud Lewis died Sunday. Her half-brother says he body slammed, punched, elbowed her. He told police he was imitating WWE-style wrestling moves. His mom wasn't home. She was at a nearby store. She left him in charge of babysitting.
I don't know what he's got in his mind. I don't know if he's got it on purpose or not, but... And even that he doing that, I really don't know why. That's my question. I don't know why.
I want to bring in CNN legal analyst Hoskin, who joins us from New York, and attorney Esther Panitch, who joins me here in Atlanta. So first, welcome to both of you. Let me just read a statement from the WWE. Quote, "The death of Volud Lewis is a tragedy, and we express our heartfelt condolences. Authorities have already charged the accused with second-degree murder and determined that this was not an accidental death due to a wrestling move. The facts of this case clearly point to a lack of parental supervision. It is illogical to conclude that the repeated, brutal, and ultimately fatal beating of a 5-year-old little girl by a teenager could be confused with imitation of WWE action seen on the television." Esther, I want to begin with you. They point out parental supervision in this statement. Here, as we mentioned, the mom away at the store. How much responsibility should lie with her?
Well, unless she knew that her son had a propensity to beat his sister before she left them alone that day, none. It's completely legal to allow a 13-year-old sibling to babysit his sister. So unless she knew that he had this, that he wanted to abuse her or had previously abused her while no parent was present, then I don't see how she has any legal culpability in this case.
Sonny, do you agree?
You know, I don't. I think that certainly there is a case that could be made for neglect. And I hear this all the time about people that leave their younger children. Let's remember that this is a 5-year-old with a 13-year-old. These are two children, and the fact that a mother would just leave her children alone like that, I just don't get it. I mean, I'm a mom, you know that, Brooke, and I have a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old, and I would never leave my 13-year-old, who has no propensity for violence, alone to watch a 10-year-old. I just think it's inappropriate, it's improper, and I suspect that authorities are looking at whether or not this is child endangerment, child neglect.
You're shaking your head.
Yes, ask any parent with a young child who pays the neighborhood babysitter who's a 13-year-old. That happens all the time. Are you calling all these parents irresponsible for allowing a 13-year-old? Really?
I am. Yeah.
Okay, I'm one of them. I allow my 13-year-old to babysit her two brothers, 12 and 9.
I think it's too young. I think it's too young.
Let me ask this, because here we have this 13-year-old, and this little boy is now charged with second-degree murder. He is a juvenile. Sonny, do you think that's unusual?
Well, it's not unusual if the police really think that this wasn't an accident, if they think that this was an intentional murder. And that's what second-degree murder is. It's sort of, you get into someone's mind and you have to show that they intended to cause a murder or bodily harm, and that's what this charge is about. I will say this, I mean, wow, 13 years old in Louisiana, my understanding, Brooke, is that could lead to life imprisonment when you get convicted of second-degree murder. So really? I'm surprised that this early in the investigation, the charge is second-degree murder and not something less.
Well, we don't know that he's been charged as an adult. You can charge a child with murder or second-degree murder in juvenile court as you could charge an adult. So we don't know if a decision has been made. I hope a decision has not been made. And they take into account this child's maturity level, whether this child has ever suffered from any mental illness, if he's ever been in trouble before. All these factors need to be taken into account before you expose a 13-year-old to life in prison.
Esther Panitch and Sonny Hoskin, thank you ladies both very much. I appreciate it.